Last night, I was sitting around trying to get some work done when I got a notification. Shane Bieber opted into his contract with the Jays.
Oh my God! Wow!
This is huge news for the Jays and kickstarts what everyone hopes is a great offseason for this Jays team that is looking to find their way back to the playoffs next year. Let's break down why this is so crazy and why he might have done it. First, let's cover the context. Shane Bieber won a Cy Young Award as the best pitcher in the American League during the shortened 2020 season and looked solid after that, still with the Cleveland Guardians. Just after opening day of the 2024 season, disaster struck. He needed Tommy John surgery, a long recovery process to fix a failing ligament in his throwing elbow. He hit the shelf for about a year and a half before he found himself rehabbing in the minors during the summer. Around the trade deadline, huge unexpected news came out. The Blue Jays were trading for him. It actually worked out favorably for both sides as Cleveland got a decent prospect and Bieber pitched fairly well down the stretch and in the playoffs. Now here's the important part. At the end of the 2024 season, he became a free agent. Being a free agent still recovering from surgery is not a very favorable market, so the only team he knew came calling again to bring him back on a fair deal for both sides. It was a 1-year, $10 million deal that included a player option for $16 million in 2026. Meaning he could choose to take that extra year or just go back to free agency. This was done very smartly by the Guardians. It gave him a home to work his way back to the majors, and if he recovered well and pitched good down the stretch, he could choose to return to free agency and sign the massive deal he had been waiting for. If he had trouble recovering or didn't perform well, he could choose to stay for another year to do better and then sign a huge free agent deal. It was always designed so that once he's good again, he can receive his payday. But that's not what happened. Just a couple of days ago, he chose to stick around even though he performed well. Why on earth would he do this? He seemingly just left lots of money on the table this winter, but there may be a reason or two behind this. A huge reason may be the team itself. People always joke that the Blue Jays were just a team with the, quote, power of friendship, but that's exactly what it was. Everyone on the team described having such a tight bond with each other, and it would hurt to see any sort of turnover this winter. We saw tears from players, and even Shane Bieber himself had this to say.
I'm very grateful to be a part of it. And yeah, this one stings. It's going to sting for a while. This group's unlike any other that I've ever been a part of. And, that's a sentiment that we all kind of share personally. And that's very clear. And, there's a lot of love in this room. It's just an extremely special group. It's an absolute pleasure to come in here every day. So.
There's also speculation that him and his agent could be trying to work an extension with the Jays. Whether or not talks have occurred, there's been none reported thus far, but it would totally make sense, because the bottom line is that he chose to leave money behind just so he could stick around, and it's a mystery that could unfold as time goes on and more reports release. At the end of the day, this is a major development for the Jays, who seemingly had to fill 2 rotation spots behind Gausman, Yasavage, and Barrios. With Bieber opting into his deal, it gives the Jays another solid starter with one less spot to fill and some financial flexibility that they could use to sign another ace starter or extend Bo Bichette. But I would not complain if we got both. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know if you're happy to see him stay with the Jays in the comments below, and hey, consider subscribing.